Hey friends, welcome to my channel. Today, we've got a story that'll make you think, laugh, and maybe even shed a tear. The title of this video is Trump and the Elderly: From Support to Disappointment, Real Life Stories. I'm Sarah, and I'm here to take you through how Donald Trump, now 78 and back as president in 2025, crossed paths with the lives of older Americans. This isn't just politics. It's about real people, their hopes, their pain. So get comfy, and let's dive in together. First off, who is Trump? Picture this: a tall guy with that iconic golden hair, a booming voice, and a personality that either pulls you in or pushes you away. He's the kid from Queens who turned himself into a business legend and then a political giant. Trump's all about action. He doesn't sit still, says what he thinks, and doesn't care about playing nice. To some, he's a hero saving the American dream. To others, a self-centered showman. But here's the twist. Throughout his life, he's had these unexpected moments of heart, especially with the elderly. Today, we're exploring how that played out, from acts of kindness to moments of heartbreak. If you're curious how one man could be both a savior and a source of tears for an entire generation, stick around till the end. And don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments. I really want to hear what you think about Trump and the elderly. Let's get started. Part 1: Trump's Good Deeds. Let's kick things off with a story that feels like a fairy tale. It's 1986, long before the White House days. Trump's a young businessman, a millionaire with a bold grin. In New Jersey, there's Anna Maria Baker, a 72-year-old widow. Her life's a tragedy unfolding. Her husband, a farmer, couldn't handle the debts and took his own life, leaving her alone with a stack of bills and an old farmhouse. That house wasn't just a building. It was 5 generations of her family: the smell of fresh hay, the sound of kids laughing, memories of better days. But the bank's knocking, ready to take it all away. Trump reads about it in the paper. And what does he do? He doesn't just send a check. He picks up the phone and calls her. Imagine Anna Maria, hands shaking, hearing his voice. "Mrs. Baker, I'll take care of this." He pays off $150,000 to save her farm. For her, it's not just money. It's a chance to hold on to who she is, to keep a piece of her past alive. She cried tears of joy, and the newspapers shouted, "Trump's a hero!" Older folks across America remembered that. They saw him not just as a rich guy, but as someone who gets what it's like to lose everything. But here's the question: was it from the heart or a publicity stunt? Anna Maria passed in the 90s, never knowing the full story. What do you think? Drop it in the comments. Was this genuine or just PR? Part 2: Elderly Support in Elections. Fast forward to 2016. Trump's no longer a businessman. He's running for president. His voice booms at rallies. "I'll protect Medicare. I'll save Social Security." For older folks, that's not just talk. It's their lifeline. In a small town like Panama City, Pennsylvania, there's Jim Smith, 72, a former miner. His hands are rough from years of work, his eyes tired, but there's a spark in them. He's at rallies in his red MAGA hat, clapping when Trump promises to bring back the good old days. He talked about pride, jobs, a past I wanted for my grandkids, Jim recalls, sitting on his porch where the wind flaps a faded American flag. In 2016, seniors like Jim handed Trump the win, 7% over Clinton. They got up at 5 a.m., aching knees and all, to vote in the cold November chill. It was their faith in a guy who spoke their language: raw, direct, no nonsense. But by 2020, something cracked. Jim frowns. "He promised Medicare would be safe, but my meds kept costing more." The pandemic hit, and in states like Michigan and Wisconsin, older voters turned to Biden. It wasn't just a vote, it was a cry of disappointment. Why do you think they lost faith? Share your take in the comments. Part 3: COVID-19 and the elderly. Now the tough stuff. 2020, COVID-19. For seniors, It wasn't just a virus, it was a nightmare. Over 100,000 people over 65 lost their lives. Trump tried to show he cared. In April, he stood in the White House, cameras rolling, saying, "Our elderly are precious, we'll protect them." His words were warm, almost fatherly. More tests for nursing homes, food through Meals on Wheels. But behind those nursing home doors, it was a different story. John, an 86-year-old veteran from Austin, Texas, sat by his window in a wheelchair. His nursing home turned into a trap. "We waited for tests, for masks, for anyone," he says, his voice shaking with anger and grief. Half his neighbors got sick, many didn't make it. John lost Bill, his buddy he'd played chess with for 20 years. I'd hear him on TV saying it's under control, but where was that control when Bill was gasping for air? Critics screamed that Trump backed herd immunity, a plan they said sacrificed the elderly for the economy. For John, it wasn't politics, it was betrayal. He felt tossed aside, like his life of service meant nothing. It broke my heart. What would you say to Trump if you were John? Let me know below. Part 4. Tariffs in 2025. Jump to 2025. Trump's back in the White House, and he rolls out tariffs, 104% on Chinese goods. He says, "This'll make America great." But for seniors, it's a punch to the gut. Alice, 81, from Miami, Florida, sits at her tiny kitchen table, counting her last dollars. Her insulin, her lifeline, jumped 20% in a month. "I worked my whole life, raised kids, and now I can't afford my meds," she whispers, wiping tears from her wrinkled cheeks. Her eyes, once bright, are clouded with fear. In Los Angeles, Marge, a 79-year-old retired teacher, hits the streets with a sign, "Trump, we can't pay for your tariffs." Her voice shakes, but it's fierce. "I voted for him in 16. He promised to care. Now I'm choosing between food and pills." She stands under the California sun, her shadow a testament to those who won't give up. The economy's booming on paper, but for Alice and Marge, it's fear and exhaustion. They feel invisible, their voices drowned out by talk of greatness. It's not just money, it's their final years being chipped away for someone else's win. How would you help Alice and Marge? Drop your ideas in the comments. Conclusion. So there's the story of Trump and the elderly, from saving Anna Maria's farm to Alice's tears in 2025. He's been everything to them. A hero who paid debts, a leader who promised protection, a man whose choices left scars. His personality's a wild mix, big words, surprising kindness, but sometimes a blind spot to others' pain. At 78, he's one of them now. Can he see through their eyes, their fear of tomorrow, their pride in yesterday, their fight for every day? Or will seniors just be numbers in his Make America Great plan? I don't know, but I know their stories are a shout. We're here, we matter. Thanks for sticking with me. If you like this, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. And please tell me in the comments, what do you think of Trump and the elderly? Can he win back their trust? Your thoughts keep me going. See you in the next video.